Hi, this is Noah in Copeland, the creator of Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit, and you're listening to the Sega Lounge.
Welcome to the Sega Lounge, where we celebrate our love for all things Sega, including the games, the music, and the community. I'm your host, KC. Join me as I talk to different guests and learn more about their projects and passion for Sega. Welcome back to the Sega Lounge, everyone. So glad to have you here. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode, which was done live for a change. If you missed it, give it a listen and enjoy coming up with your own answers to our Would You Rather questions, as well as thinking of which games deserve some of the awards we gave out on the show. As teased during that episode, I'm planning on having more of that style of episode sprinkled throughout the rest of the season with a rotating panel of guests from the community. Stay tuned for more news on that very, very soon. And now, let's talk about this week's guest. This week, we finally have on the lounge a guest that's been on my list of potential guests for a while and was also suggested by our faithful listener, João Pardal. The multi-talented Noah N. Copeland, creator of the acclaimed fan game Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit, is here to tell us all about the origins, challenges, and future of this amazing project. Enjoy the interview. Noah, welcome to the Sega Lounge.
Heck yeah, happy to be here.
Excellent. Happy to have you. How are you? How's it going?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm very, very hot. It's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Texas. That's around 39, 40 for Celsius people. And believe it or not, I was working on Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit right before we got on this call. We're working on a Turkish translation right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Interesting. Shout out to our Turkish listeners. Okay. I was sort of working on Triple Trouble as well before we started, but in a different capacity by playing it on my Steam Deck.
Oh, heck yeah. I'd love to see it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, research, obviously.
Research.
Yes,
Perfect.
Of course. Because I'm a professional. Yeah, of course. We'll talk about Triple Trouble 16-bit, I'm sure, at length. But I usually like to start from the very beginning, Noah. So for people who are not familiar with you, your work, and even for people who are, would you like to tell us a little bit how you got into video games, first and foremost as a gamer? How did you get into this world?
Okay, so there's this large American retail store called Walmart, yes. And it used to have demo kiosks of video games where like the controller would be at a child's hand level, but the screen would be like 20 feet in the air and you'd like break your neck like trying to like watch the game, right? And so I saw someone playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on Nintendo GameCube, and it blew my 10-year-old mind. It was so cool. It had, rockin' music. It had these cinematic camera angles and just a sense of speed and the thrill and the fun. And I'm like, now that is what I would like to have my hands on. So I stood way too close to the kid that was playing it until he left and took the controller from him. Yeah, I didn't have enough money to buy a GameCube and all that, so I went the next style over, and for Windows 98 or 95 was a 2-pack CD-ROM of Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD. So I got that. So three Sonic games I was exposed to all day one, which obviously led to my love of Sonic. And just from there on out, I just started playing more and more video games from there.
Okay, that's interesting. That's like a different kind of story that I'm used to on this show. So yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 is awesome. let's get Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD instead, because
Because
it's
I'm
what
a
we
kid.
have.
I need to mow
Yes,
a
of
lot of
course.
lawns before I can get a GameCube. I did end up getting the GameCube in Sonic
Yeah.
Adventure 2, but yeah, I
Okay.
rented it like maybe 5 times on the way to actually purchasing it because again, trying to get money for it,
Life
But
is
yeah,
tough.
it's still a game very close to my heart, both it and Sonic 3K.
Okay. Okay. If you had to pick one.
Oh, don't do that to me. It depends on my mood, man. I think Sonic 3K is definitely the game I would recommend to people more easily, just because I think it's more solid throughout.
Mhm.
Adventure 2 has some more. Your mileage may vary on that game. There's a lot of variety in that game, and not everyone is gonna like it. But that game's
Mhm.
like, I would say that game's vibe, its spirit, its like core, it just resonates with me. Like I love everything that it's doing, even when it's not always hitting it 10 out of 10. It's the intention of it where I'm like, I'm into this. I love that game
Mhm.
so much.
Awesome. Yeah. That's a great answer, by the way. Awesome. Okay. So that's how you got into video games in general, not just Sonic, but video games in general. And you are, I think, first and foremost a musician, right? Would
That's where I
is
have more of
that
my background. Yeah, this whole video game
okay?
development thing's kind of new.
Yeah. So that's what I was getting into. So how do you go from being like a first and foremost a musician, or having a background in music, to developing video games, and why did you do it?
So it's kind of funny, right? It's like I wanted to be a video game composer, but I
Hmm.
couldn't find any games that didn't already have a composer. So I was like, well, I'll just make my own game and that'll be a way to get like my music, right? And so that's how I sort of got into sort of game development. I did a little as a
Okay.
kid, as a child before. Like I downloaded this. I literally was like, I want to make games. So I typed in game maker on Google or Yahoo or whatever it would have been at the time. And there was literally a game engine called Game Maker, quite
Exactly.
literally.
Yeah.
Downloaded that as a kid. And then as an adult, when it came time to, I want to make my own games since I need to get opportunities, I need to make my own games. I was like, well, how about that old thing, Game Makers? That's still around. It was, and it's gotten way better. Dusted it off, and then started learning from there. And what I found is, to be honest, I really like making games, like a lot. Even though my degree is in music production, I would like to pursue this whole game design thing further. I
Hmm.
think what's really while making the music is fun, it's depending on the scenario, it can be a little how should I say, a little bit of a buzzkill when you realize that you're making music for somebody else's world, their characters, and you have like no control over it. There's a certain degree of healthy separation that comes from that, but there's times where I kept finding myself when I was composing on things like wanting to do more than just the music, which is inappropriate, and I never overstepped my bounds, but
Of
I definitely
course.
had that urge, right, as a storyteller and a creative. So I really like making games now because I don't have to
Hmm.
worry about that um, having to hold back, and I can just execute the vision entirely. It's awesome.
Yeah. So you have like total creative freedom, and you can do whatever you want, right? It's
Yes,
yours.
exactly. Because we said that I started as a gamer, so I like video
Hmm.
games. I have games that I would like to play. And so when I make them, I make the things that this is what I would want if I was purchasing this. If I was a kid at Walmart today looking at the screen, which they're lower now, they're now at eye
Yeah.
height. What would I want to see? And that's sort of how I approach it.
Hmm. That makes sense. That's, yeah, good answer as well. And so, moving on to Sonic Triple Trouble, 16-bit, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Um, how did that idea come about? Because we've mentioned Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we've
Hmm.
mentioned Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Triple Trouble was an 8-bit game, right?
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, why? How did that happen? How did the idea form in your
Yeah.
head?
Yeah, I can tell you. So I'd always wanted to make my own Sonic game because
Hmm.
I love Sonic so much. I used to there's a community called Sonic Fan Games HQ, which has been around since probably like 99 or something like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
was a part of that at the early on. So there's always been this healthy Sonic fan game scene, and Sega has been really cool in allowing that to foster, as long as no one. The basic rule is don't charge anything, don't try to make a profit of it. Just make your fun passion project for fun, learn how to make a game with it, and it's all good, which is great. And I think that's smart of them to do that. That keeps their fan base engaged. That keeps their. I don't think that I don't think they miss out on sales by that. I think they actually get sales because it fosters people's interest in Sonic, because it's a free, approachable game people can play. And the people that worked on Sonic Mania, one of the highest reviewed Sonic games in years, started off making Sonic fan games before they turned professional. So yeah, Sega was rewarded for allowing people to just make fan games and not really hunt after it like
For
some people
sure.
might.
Yeah.
But for me, I'd always wanted to make my own Sonic fan game, and I had started like an original fan game, right? And it was a way to get my music out. I say an original Sonic fan game that isn't a remake of something, is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like a cross between, imagine this, Sonic 3 Knuckles and Sonic Adventure 2. But it really was hard to get anywhere from it because I'm not an artist, and obviously games need art. So I was actually on set for a film because I also, one of the films I was doing music for, I also was the boom op, so held the microphone on set. We had wrapped for the day, and we're shooting on location at a house, and that house happened to have a PS2 with Sonic Gems collection on it. And the crew, we all started to play, hey, let's play some Sonic, and we just started busting it out. And we started playing Sonic Chaos and Sonic Triple Trouble, some of the Game Gear games that I'd sort of forgotten about,
Mm-hmm.
but had played previously. And I was like, yo, here's what I need to do. Instead of trying to make a new Sonic game from scratch, let's remake an existing one. That'll be way easier, right? And so I typed in, I went with Triple Trouble because I thought it'd be easier to translate. It would make the most sense to go from 8-bit to 16-bit style. And so I just, hasn't been done before. I Google Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. And the results I found is from this artist out of Germany named D Light Years. She had made tiles, all the graphics for the level art for probably 80% of the levels. And I'm like, oh, look, it's already done. The graphics are already done. I'll make this. We'll do this. I'll just do a 1-to-1 remake with better graphics. I'll be done in like a month. This will be great. Spoiler alert, it took me about 5 years to finish the game, but that's sort of how it started.
Okay, okay. I didn't know that. That's an awesome story. Very good. And so, did you keep working with her
Yeah,
throughout
Dee
the
did
whole
a lot of
project?
the art. Yeah, we got more artists as well. The art
Mm-hmm.
team sort of expanded, especially towards the end. I don't like to add too many people too early on because then I think people try to um, change the direction before the direction is realized.
Mm-hmm.
But Dee was pretty much with me from the start. Um, she made a lot of great art. No spoilers, but the a very large robot in the final boss was done by D Light Years, and I think it looks incredible. But
Yeah,
we had a lot
yeah.
of talented artists work on the game and the art, and it would not
Mm-hmm.
be near as good without their excellent work. Replicating a 16-bit style too, because if you don't know, a Sega Genesis can only show so many colors on screen at one time. It's about
Mm-hmm.
60 or 61, depending on if where the background is. And so we wanted that look for our game. We wanted it to feel like a game from the 90s. We wanted it to feel authentic. So I felt bad, but there were times when the artist would make this beautiful art. I'm like, it looks great. There's too many
But
colors. We need to make it
yeah.
worse in order to make it better, to make it more authentic. Because I didn't want it to lose the feel, right? I was sort of,
Mm-hmm.
Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. They did an album maybe a while back where instead of doing it digitally with computers like all albums are done, they got like an old analog tape machine and recorded it to physical tape the way you did back in the day. And the producer was like, okay, that's cool, but we should back it up on computers just in case we lose something. And he's like, no, I don't want to see a computer on this in this studio. If the tape fails, we have to re-record it. Like, that's how we do it. So we sort of did a similar thing with that level of authenticity. It's like, if the
Hmm.
Genesis couldn't do it, or the Mega Drive couldn't do it, we won't do it either. We kept the colors down to the limit. The kind of effects we could use were limited. Super Nintendo had the Mode 7 scaling stuff that it used for like F-Zero. Genesis
Hmm.
didn't have that at hardware level. It had to be done with software. So a lot of times when it happened, there was a little hitch in the frame rate. So anytime we do any sort of scaling in our game, I made the game purposely hitch the frame rate for just a second, just to get that level in there. I might be the only game developer in history to intentionally lower the frame rate artificially.
Okay.
Because as a game developer, you're constantly fighting to get the frame rate as high as possible. But
Obviously,
yeah,
obviously. And so I was going to ask that. So how did that work, or did you do that for everything, like music and everything, or did some things? Did you take advantage of the a more powerful system, or
yeah,
systems that we now use today?
it was pretty much like that through everything. The music like
Yeah.
that for sure.
Okay.
No more than 6 tracks of FM synthesis, usually 5, with the sixth one for low quality audio samples, and a little pulse sound generator, which is how the Mega Drive did it. In fact, a lot of the music that was done on it, I did have some guest musicians. Normally for a stage, I would do Act 1 and then have someone else do Act 2, so we got 2 different interpretations of the same song.
Yeah.
A lot of the guest musicians used a program called Mask, which means that the music they made can not only follow Sega Genesis limitations, but it can literally be played on
Played.
a
Hmm.
Mega Drive. If they burned it to like a flash card or something, it could literally be played on it. So you can't get more authentic than literally being on the hardware, right? The
For
only thing I
sure.
think we sort of cheated on really was maybe the amount of content. I think it would be hard to fit all of that into a 4 megabyte cartridge. Though to be fair, some games like I think Street Fighter had larger cartridge sizes. They were just more expensive to make at the time, so they were rare, but it was
Yeah.
possible. That's the only thing, because we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unlockable characters,
Hmm.
um, all the different stages, the final unlockable stage, but also a competition mode that has battle, race, balloon, and its own separate campaign with a lot of text in it, with a lot of dialogue. So I think that's might be the only thing where we sort of cheated, was just the amount of stuff we sort of crammed
Okay.
in there.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. And
But
so for
aesthetically, we were very pure.
exactly, it stays close to what you would expect from a Genesis or a Mega Drive game, right? Yeah. And so how obviously you said that before the originally the idea was to be like to do a one-on-one remake, right?
Hmm.
Um, Now that you're done, how close did you get to that original idea? How far did you deviate from that original plan?
Oh, we deviated far, man. Because what I found out, yeah, original plan, just I found the level maps for the original game online, the
Yeah,
Game Gear game. And
yeah.
I'm just going to add just graphic swap, make it
Hmm.
bigger or more detailed, bigger sprites, that type of thing.
Hmm.
What I found why that doesn't work is you put 16-bit style Sonic in a Game Gear map and you find out that they're not compatible,
Yeah.
because Sonic didn't control the same way on the Game
Hmm.
Gear that he did on the Mega Genesis, the
The Mega
Genesis and Mega
Genesis, of
Genesis,
course. Yes, the Gen Drive.
the
Yes.
Gen Drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like his jump, relatively speaking, is a lot higher on Game
Hmm.
Gear than it is
Yeah.
on Genesis relative to his own height. So it's not
Hmm.
compatible. So I've realized, well, crap, I can't just do a 1-for-1 remake. It's not that fun. It doesn't feel like a remake of the Game Gear games, and it doesn't feel like Genesis Sonic. It feels like
Hmm.
just a bad combo of bad mixture of both. So really, it took a lot of. This is the short version because it took a lot of refining to figure this out. But it was really, let's go look at the Sonic 1, 2, 3, Mania, and CD, those games, look at their level design, study that level design, and figure out how to recreate that while keeping
Hmm.
the spirit of the original Game Gear games. That was the thing. We couldn't use the literal levels in terms of their map layout, but it was more their spirit. So if you like sort of, if you get like a side by side, like zoom out of my level and the Game Gear level, the same sort of contour is the same. Like it goes up here and down there and then back around in a lot of places. But it's completely new layouts and map layouts, which is very hard because I believe Sonic level design is unlike any other level design than a Mario or a Mega Man or something like that,
Hmm.
because it's so unsquare, it's so rounded and curved, and all the intersecting paths. If you look at like a zoom out of any level from Sonic 3, it looks like an anthill. Like it's just a madhouse. And
Yes.
how Hirokazu Yasuhara, the level designer on those first 3 games, how he was able to come up with that unique style on what was essentially like his first big game is absolutely incredible. And that man is a
Hmm.
genius as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
for sure, for sure. And like the it's not that linear, right? So usually you mentioned, for example, Mario or Mega Man, it's like a linear path. In Sonic games, 16-bit Sonic games, you had like the higher path would be the fastest, but also the most difficult, and the lower path, etc. So that choice and that compromise that you had to make to decide, should I go easier but longer, or risk it and go higher? And that's something that's not really present in the 8-bit games, exactly, right? So at least to the
Yes.
same extent. So it's hard I assume it's hard to recreate that.
It was very difficult.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So what would you say was the probably that, but what would you say was the biggest difficulty, the hardest thing to do in creating this game?
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, we just talked about level design. That might be it. That's what I spent the most
Hmm.
time doing, right? The artists were incredible at creating art. I could make the music. It was a challenge, but I could make the music. I had help with the music. It was all great. Programming is annoying, and I bang my head against that. But there are smart programmers out there who have helped me. But that level design, man, that was like, I mean, it was pretty much all done by me. There's one
Okay.
section that was done by someone else, but I tried to work with other level designers. They either didn't really make anything or made things that were too difficult, didn't have that intersecting. It didn't feel like Sonic, right?
Hmm.
And so that was the most difficult part, for sure, was the level design. That and the fact that I'm simultaneously learning how to make a video game. Like I did during the development of Triple Trouble, I did some game jams, which is where, over a weekend you just make a small video game with
Hmm.
like a team and
Hmm.
stuff. I did a lot of those, and I could. There were sort of like milestones along the way. I had this giant game that I was trying to make as my first game. Then along the way, every now and then I was making little smaller games at game jams, and you could see how faster and better I was getting at those smaller games as I was simultaneously making Triple Trouble and learning how to make a game like Triple
Exactly.
Trouble. So that was also a challenge.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of which, you've released one of those games you developed during a game jam, right? Shirobi?
Yes, Shinobi Metal
Metal
Ninja.
Ninja. Yeah. Pretty fun
So,
game.
well,
And
thank you.
any idea or plan to release like a full version of it at some point? Or not really?
Yeah, I don't know if I have any other future plans for Shinobi. Probably because the weekend I made it, Cyber Shadow came out from published by
Mm.
Yacht Club Games, and it's pretty much everything Shinobi was doing, but better. And I was like, why?
Okay.
Why would I even bother? Like it's been done. Literally the weekend that I made it, it came out. I was just like, okay, all right.
Okay, okay. But it's available, right? So a short version of it is available for
Yeah.
people to download if they want
Yes.
to.
And like I
Excellent.
said, I made it in a weekend, so don't expect like, The Last of Us or anything. Like we're just gonna be it's a short
I
little
mean,
Metrovania, but it's
I
fun.
mean, maybe The Last of Us, just not The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay,
Okay.
there you
Yeah,
go.
okay, okay.
Sure.
Okay. Excellent. And so, Sonic Triple Trouble 60-bit is available for Windows, Mac, and Android, so people can get it for free off of Game Jolt. Obviously, we'll leave links in the description. If you were to make an elevator pitch to anyone who hasn't tried the game yet, what would you say, Noah?
I would say that, hey, do you remember the old school Sonic games on Genesis and Mega Drive? Well, there's another one. Imagine that there was another one that was made that was somehow lost to time and hidden away in some vault and was suddenly released to the world. That's essentially what this game feels like. That's its spirit. And so if you are interested in that, download it right now because I think it turned out pretty well. And those who have played it seem to agree. So that's what would be my pitch.
I do. At least I do. And I know everyone agrees. So, yeah. Out of all the new things you've included, out of all these new features that some of them you already mentioned, what would you say is the thing you're the proudest of?
There's a lot of stuff I'm proud of. I think the ability to switch between Sonic and Tails at any time is pretty cool. That
Yeah.
was a big headache during development.
Really?
Because you essentially have to design everything twice. You're like, all right, let's make a pulley. It picks up Sonic and it pulls him up. And then you have to think, okay, well, what happens if you jump on that and then while it's pulling you up, you switch to Tails and now that goes off screen? What happens to Sonic? What happens to the state of that thing? There's just a lot to manage when you can switch between two different characters on two different parts of the level at sort of any time. So that caused some headaches. But
Okay.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud of our ability to connect the continuity of having the game pick up right after the story of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of it finding a way to keep the original story of the Game Gear game while making it a sequel to Sonic 3 without betraying either one of those.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of navigating I had to do to reconcile them. I am proud of the amount of sort of bonus content that wasn't in the original game. Like a title plant has a level transition that's essentially you on the rocket shoes flying up into space fighting Metal Sonic in what is essentially a reverse skydive, right? And I think the competition mode I'm really proud of because that was completely optional. I don't think it gets enough love, but that's obviously me being very biased because I could have left that off. But I put in an entire story mode competition, 4 different characters, each with their own unique dialogue. And it's a lot of fun. I've played it online through Parsec. It doesn't have built-in network connectivity because, come on, guys, I'm doing this for free. But you can use something like Parsec to play online, and I've played it on some people on that, and it's like a good. I was trying to recreate like how Smash Bros used to feel before it like came competitive. It's just like the casual party throwing and fighting at that, and so I'm pretty proud of that as well.
Yeah, for sure. I also enjoyed the special stages. By the way, I think they feel really, really, really good. I think that was the first thing that I noticed when I first played the full version of the game. That was like the first thing that, yeah, this is something special.
That's great.
Not, I don't know why exactly. I don't think I can explain it really, but I really felt like, oh, this is nice. This feels like what we would have gotten if
right, because they were always trying to show off something kind of 3D.
Game. Yeah, exactly, and it works really, really well. And it's they get more challenging, obviously, as you go along, as you have to collect different emeralds, and they work really, really nice. So that's probably the first thing. Yeah.
I almost got in trouble for that, for not being Sega Genesis accurate for those 3D special stages, right?
Okay.
But my defense is always because there's this game called Panorama Cotton, but a lot of people don't know about it because it's Japanese release only. But it was my basis for how to imitate those 3D effects. On a standard Genesis, not a 32X or a Sega CD. It had this sort of behind the back sort of 3D thing that it was doing, and I'm like, well, you know what? If they could do it, let's aim for that, and that's sort of how we got away with it, staying Genesis accurate. I'm like, there's an example right there. Don't tell me I didn't do my homework.
Yeah, I did it maybe because I know of Panorama Cotton, maybe, but I it didn't shock me to see that. So yeah, I think it fits right into the 16-bit feel of it and the Sonic feel of it as well. As you said, that's also something that you would expect from one of the 16-bit games, some sort of 3D special stage in some way. So
yeah, because the original game, it was 2D side scrollers for their special stage.
Yeah, like just didn't feel rotating labyrinth, right?
Well, in the Game Gear Triple Trouble.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like that didn't feel right to do that for a special stage, because if it had it been a theoretical Sonic 4, they would have tried to show off something 3D. So to me, a Panorama Cotton would have been like the next step in that, right? Okay. So we did include the 2D special stages as a hidden bonus if you can find it, which was the light years idea.
Yeah. Excellent. So in the end, that's another thing. The amount of hidden content or bonus content, things that you can unlock. Yeah, that's amazing. So well done. Hats off to you. Yeah. Amazing game. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about that, Noah. But it's time to take a quick break because we have something else to do.
Okay.
Before we started recording, you asked me, will there be a game? No, of course not. There's the Sega Lounge Challenge.
Now that you know our guests, it's time to put them to the test. It's the moment we've waited for, and the moment they dread.
Welcome to your doom.
I mean, welcome to the Sega Lounge Challenge.
Oh, snap.
Snap indeed. Okay, what is the Sega Lounge Challenge, Noah? It can be anything I want, but...
Lucky you.
Yeah, as the host. But usually we've been doing something I like to call the Ultimate Sega Fan Challenge. Okay, and I know you're a knowledgeable fan of games, of Sonic,
dear,
of
is my
Sega.
reputation on the line here?
Maybe. You're playing to get the coveted Sega Lounge seal of approval. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
So this is a game with 10 rounds. Some of them are questions, and you can pick between easy or hard questions. And some of them are musical rounds, and I'll explain those when we get there. Okay.
No Googling, I assume.
No Googling. No, it won't help you much, at least during the musical ones. But I think you're gonna, the music rounds, you're gonna nail them. But the question is, for the questions themselves, do you want to go full Sonic or some Sonic, some Sega, so non-Sonic?
It's probably safer for me to do full Sonic.
Okay.
I'm going to know some Sega, but I'm afraid I'm going to look like a chump.
Okay. So I'll give you the chance to reconsider as we go along. Okay. But let's start that way. So, and here's how it works. 10 rounds. In each of the rounds, you can score up to 2 points. So the maximum score is 20 points. So if we can get at least 10, you'll get the Sega Lounge seal of approval.
Okay.
Okay. So for questions, you can either pick an easy question or a hard question. So what's the difference? Easy question, 1 point. Hard question, 2 points.
Okay.
So round one is the question. Easy or hard?
Let's start off hard. Let's see how hard we're going to be.
Sonic-related hard question.
Okay.
Maybe not that hard. What is the name of the mysterious and powerful gemstone that appears in both Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces and can be used...
I didn't let you finish. I'm sorry.
I don't know. What if it's not that? So, and can be used to distort time and space.
Yeah, that's Phantom Ruby. Come on.
Phantom Ruby
Yeah.
from both Sonic
Why are
Mania
you
and
saying it
Sonic
like
Forces.
that? Are you Regis filming me right now? Like, what is going on? Is that your final answer?
That's part of the game.
Oh,
Noah.
but mind game. Yes, it's Phantom Ruby.
So that's your final answer.
Yes!
The Phantom Ruby. And your answer is correct.
Yay.
Yes. 2 points. Well done.
I don't
well
know if
done.
I'm sweating because it's hot in Texas or because of the
No.
pressure of this game.
Not anymore. And it's because of the pressure of the game. Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Welcome to the Sega Lounge Challenge. Good job. Good job. 2 points. So off to a great start. It's time for our first music round.
Okay.
And how do these work? You're a musician, for crying out loud. So we are having an old-fashioned game of in reverse. So I have for these music rounds, I have 10-second long clips of Sonic tracks, but they are all in reverse.
Oh, this is
Can you recognize them? Okay. So if you give me the game, you'll get 1 point. If you give me the game and where it plays in the game, like a stage, or even if you don't know the stage, where you recognize it from, something that tells me that you know, I'll give you another point.
Okay.
Okay? Ready for the first one?
Sure.
No, you're not. Let's take a listen.
Oh, this is Sonic 2, Hidden Palace. Or sorry, no, wait, hold on. It's Sonic 3, not Sonic 2. My mistake. Yes, it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm going to say Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so you don't get me over whether it's Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles. We're going to go Sonic 3 and Knuckles because I can guarantee it's in that one.
Like you're covering all bases.
Yeah, that's Hidden Palace.
Hidden Palace
Zone.
Hidden Palace Zone, just to be exact. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Hidden Palace Zone.
Yes.
Yes. No doubts about it.
I'm not going to doubt it. I'm just going to go for it.
I think you should. You should always trust yourself.
Yes, like Sonic would.
Believe in yourself. Yourself.
That's right. Yourself.
Extraordinary things can happen, Noah, when you believe in yourself.
Yay.
2 points. Well done. Let's take a listen to the track not in reverse.
I listened to a lot of Sonic 3 music for the preparation of making my music for Triple Trouble.
Oh, I'm sure. I would have also accepted Lava Reef Zone Act 2, which is the same song, right? So
I was thinking for a second, I'm like, is it actually Lava Reef? I'm like, nope, don't do it.
yeah,
Just go ahead and
I would have accepted both. But you're correct. 2 points. Okay, so that means 4 points. Wow. Can we get a perfect score today?
Oh, don't do
Unheard
that.
of. Unheard of.
No.
Okay, the pressure's on. Round 3 question. So, again, Sonic, non-Sonic, easy, hard, your choice.
Let's go Sonic again. I'm going to go safe.
Sonic. And easy or hard?
What are we at? 4? Let's do hard again.
Okay. So, this is a bit of a stretch.
Oh, no.
Are you familiar with the game called Crusader of Senti?
What?
For Crusader of Senti for the Genesis. No, known in Europe as Soleil. No? Never heard of it?
So.
Okay.
Oh, no, this is bad.
So it's hard. In Crusader of Senti or Soleil, you can find Sonic the Hedgehog at the beach. Okay, so it's like an Easter egg.
Okay.
If you talk to Sonic, he says something like, "I'm a gallant hedgehog. Don't mess, or you'll get blank." Fill in the blanks.
Oh my
or the
goodness.
blank. he says, I am a gallant hedgehog. Don't mess or you'll get...
I've seen this like once in my life. There's no way I'm gonna remember it. Don't mess or you'll get.
He's at the beach.
You'll get hurt. That's all. That's the best I got. Like, it's not gonna get any better. It's
Okay. Are you sure?
absolutely not. But I'm not gonna come up with anything better. Don't mess or you'll get hurt.
So, Noah Copeland. Final answer.
That's all I got, man. Just please, just tell me.
Just please end the torture. Your answer, don't mess or you'll get hurt, is surprisingly incorrect. No. It's
What did he say?
burned.
Burned.
Don't
So much.
mess or you'll get burned.
I knew it had to be something more 90s, but
Yeah, don't mess or you'll get burned. Yeah. Pretty good game, by the way. Like, it's unfair to say this, but it's like a Zelda-like game. It's an action RPG where you control a character that has the ability to talk to animals and use their abilities. So pretty
Wow,
fun
okay.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to hedgehogs, apparently.
Yeah, and he's like, Sonic's like at the beach, like, yeah, you talk to him, and he says that.
I'm
so
like,
no
galleon
points.
hedgehog. What the?
A gallant hedgehog.
What in the localization is that?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so 4 points. Let's go with another music round. Round 4, music.
Okay.
So are you ready for another
Yes, please.
track in reverse?
I feel
Yes,
better about
please.
music.
Okay,
no
let's
galleon
see.
hedgehogs here. Oh, yeah. This is Skydeck from Sonic Adventure 1, composed by Jun Tsunoe.
That was very quick. It was like an immediate answer.
Oh, that guitar just gives it away, baby. I don't think they're in frame, but I have like 5 guitars behind me.
I saw those. Yes, that's amazing. So,
How many points was that?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that your final answer?
Absolutely, because
Yeah?
it's right. Is it going to be 2 points, or is just 1 for the music round?
It's 2. It's
Heck
2
yeah.
points. Yes, let's take a listen. Love
His
this one.
Pinchy harmonics.
Yeah. Love this one to bits. Okay, so that's 6 points already. That's amazing. You're doing an amazing job.
What round are we
Okay.
on?
Round 5. Halfway
Okay.
there.
Okay.
You only need 4 more points to win this. So,
Oh, gosh.
round 5 questions again. Easy or hard? Sonic or not Sonic?
Let's go.
Although I cheated a little bit in that one, right?
Yeah.
Sonic-ish,
Yeah,
Sonic
that
adjacent.
That was dirty. My pride's a little burned, so let's go Sonic easy on this one.
Sonic easy.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so
Okay.
confident anymore. Low risk,
Okay.
low reward.
Got a nice one for Sonic Easy. What was the name given to several prototypes of Sonic the Hedgehog by his designer Naoto Oshima?
Mr. Needle Mouse.
So you're saying before being called Sonic the Hedgehog, he was called Mr. Needle Mouse.
100%. That's what he was called.
What kind of name is that?
It's a name for a mammal covered with spines. Is a needle mouse. In fact, Sonic 4's code name was Project Needle Mouse, if I remember, as a reference to that.
That is correct.
Yay!
And the answer is correct as well.
Yay!
Well done. 1 point.
All right, cool.
7 points. Get in. Okay. Music round. Round 6.
Got it.
Okay, let's take a listen. I think this one is pretty easy as well. Let's take a listen.
Oh, that's Sonic Mania Studiopolis by T Lopes.
Fellow
And yes,
Portuguese.
I'm confident on that. Oh, fellow Portuguese.
Yes. So,
Sonic
which
Triple Trouble
act?
16-bit is available in Portuguese, by the way,
That's true.
in the options menu.
Although I usually play it in English, but yes.
That's fine.
But I do appreciate that. Which act?
Oh, no.
You were specific in the first one, so you've set precedent.
That was not specific in the first one.
You were.
I said Hidden
The
Palace,
first,
though.
the first question. I don't know. I can't remember what the first question was anymore. But you said specifically. You went specifically with very specific answer. So, which act?
Do I have
One or
to say
two?
with that? I'm not jeopardizing my answer with this.
Because the song is different.
I think it's
So-
Act 1, but I don't. Do I get any points if I get the?
If
Act
if
wrong.
the game is correct, you get 1 point.
Okay, cool.
If you only if you only get the stage incorrectly, you can still get 1 point if the
Man,
game's
I don't
correct.
know the difference between Act 1 and Act 2 in that song. I'm gonna know Act 1, but I don't
This
know.
is the first time I can say that my guests are literally sweating. So, literally,
Got my towel here wiping away the forehead.
yes. So give me an answer. Act 1 or Act 2? What does your gut tell you?
Act 1. Gut says Act 1. I'm not doubting it.
Okay.
Believe in yourself.
yourself. So Sonic Mania is indeed the game, 1 point.
Yes.
The stage is Studiopolis Zone.
Yeah.
Act
Why do you do
1.
Yes.
Yes.
Good
2
heavens.
points. 2
What am
points.
I at now?
9. Let's take a
9.
listen to the actual track, by the way.
9. I think the main reason why I remembered it is because it was given away at South by Southwest here in Austin as when Sonic Mania was like first revealed.
Yeah. Was like the first song.
They like gave it away as a like MP3 to the people.
Okay.
That attended.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, so we only need 1 point. Okay. We're going to do it till round 10, but you only need 1 more point
All
to
right,
win
what
this.
round are we on?
Okay. Round 7. So 4 rounds left. Round 7. Question. Easy, hard, Sonic, non-Sonic?
Let's do it easy non-Sonic.
Easy,
We'll branch out
non-Sonic.
now that we've got a good lead.
That's a very good choice here. Okay. So, easy, non-Sonic. I'm looking at some of these easy questions. They are not easy.
Who wrote? Did you not write them? Oh.
Who wrote them? Yes, that's good. Well, who wrote these? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's go with this. Breathe, Noah. Breathe. What is Kazuma Kiryu's tattoo in the Yakuza series?
Oh God.
Kazuma Kiryu. Are you familiar with Yakuza? No,
It's a-
like a dragon.
It's a.
And
I'll say it's a dragon.
It's now called Like a Dragon, but it used to be called the series, right?
Yakuza.
So Yakuza.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. Game's a little
So-
violent for me. Yeah, I have no idea what he has a tattoo of. I'll say a dragon since that's the name of this series.
Kazuma Kiryu is known as the Dragon of Dojima.
Okay, so let's go dragon. I got nothing else.
Yeah,
man.
you already went with dragon, so I'm just giving you
Okay.
more
locking
information
it
now
in.
that it's locked in.
It's my final answer, Regis.
So your answer is I can't do a good impression.
The answer is
It's dragon, yes.
yes.
It's a dragon. It depicts a dragon grasping a pearl.
Okay, that's a complete
So-
guess. So we'll go with that.
Yes. So 10 points.
Yay.
Well done.
I did it.
Done. 10 points. Good job.
I thought you were gonna do old
Okay.
Sega stuff.
I have those if you want to. I have those. But I thought this would be easier, but maybe I was wrong. Either way, you did it. So let's keep going with our final music round.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a listen to this track in reverse.
Oh, yes, I know this one. That is Sunset Park Zone, Act 3 from Sonic Triple Trouble. Fun fact, the song is in the sound test menu for Sonic Chaos, the game before it, but went unused until Sonic Triple Trouble. So there's a chance it was not composed by Yayoi Fujimori like the rest of Triple Trouble was, but was composed by the previous person, considering it was there. But we don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is I would pick a Triple Trouble track for this challenge when clearly you would recognize it.
Yeah, you picked the best one too. That's the most recognizable one. That's the one I got the most requests for when it was like looking forward to the music. Have you made a Sunset Park Act 3 yet? What's that going to sound like? The train section. We want the train section. I'm like, I'm working on it. I promise. A lot of pressure on that. That was one of the last things I made because I was like, I'm going to do this once I know how to make games better. So I waited a long time to make that song and that stage.
You did a good job. And you get 2 points for the job and for the answer. Correct. That's it. Let's take a listen. Now that you mentioned it, imagine being the main composer, and the song that people most recognize from this game is one that you didn't work on. Interesting. Yeah.
We don't know for sure, but
maybe
it does have a different style than the rest of them.
It does. Yeah. Okay, so that means you're off to an amazing final result, I'm sure, but we have 2 rounds left. So
nice.
round 9 is the last one where you can pick between an easy or a hard question. Okay. Round 10 is always a hard question, and I already know what the hard question will be. So,
okay.
Do you want?
Can I still pick Sonic or non-Sonic on this round?
On this one, yes.
Okay. Do you have any old Sega questions?
I do.
Okay, then let's do an old Sega question.
Okay, I have the perfect one for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Space Harrier.
Okay.
Upon starting a game of Space Harrier, and think carefully, Noah, what words are you greeted with? You hear something when you start the game.
Oh, gosh. I don't know this.
There's a voice saying something. Iconic.
Oh, I'm a fake. I'm a fraud. I don't know what it is, man.
You know, this is probably the easy question most people get wrong.
I can tell you that it was an arcade conversion, and I can tell you how they faked the sprite scaling on the Genesis, but because I was looking at technical things to try to get that, but I cannot tell you what phrase they said at the start. I don't know.
But you do remember that there's a voice saying something, right? No,
sorry. I'm a failure.
As I said, this is like iconic, and it's probably the easy question that most people get wrong. I've been doing this for a long time, so yeah. What would be a nice way to get you pumped to play the game? Go with whatever you.
Is it a question or an exclamation?
Exclamation.
I'm gonna say.
And also an advice, in a way.
Yeah, gosh. I'm gonna say, get ready. I have no idea. I'm going with get ready. It's the best.
It's an advice, right? It's an advice and an exclamation.
It is. Yeah. It fits the criteria.
Okay. Final answer. Get ready.
We're going with it, man. I know it's not right. Just tell me.
Okay. It's half right, Noah.
Okay.
Because the full answer is welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Oh.
So I will give you half a point.
Okay.
Okay, half a point. No jingle, but half a
jingle.
point.
Half a point.
Okay,
Okay.
half a point for the effort.
That means I only lost half my dignity.
Okay, yes.
Half my reputation is gone.
Exactly. So good job. Half a point for this final easy question. And now it's where things get interesting. Noah, round
Final
10.
easy question or final hard question?
Final easy question. This was an easy question.
Okay.
The final hard question is coming after this.
Okay.
Round 10, right now, round 10. Hard question. Sonic question. One of the names included in the credits of Sonic Triple Trouble as staff
Oh, I think I know what this is.
is Saori Kobayashi.
No. Okay. What?
Okay. What is this former employee of Sega best known for?
Oh gosh. What was the name?
Saori Kobayashi, a woman. And I will accept different answers depending on what exactly you want to say.
Okay. What was the name again?
Saori Kobayashi.
She is
in the credits as staff.
It's just staff. Nothing more
Yes.
specific than that.
Nothing more specific. She is known, however, for doing something
Okay.
and
So it's
working on something.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's not music because Yayoi Wachi, which is her maiden name, or Fujiori did all the music except for potentially Sunset Park.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say it's something art related. She did some kind of art, designed some character that we know. She's known for Sonic contribution or Sega contribution.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh.
You can just tell me what like
But
what like job she would have or something. What
Well, I was gonna say artist, but
okay.
if it was,
you can go with that. We can go with that. I will accept an answer in that realm.
But the game was developed by Aspect and only produced by.
But
Sega.
I'm not saying she did this on this game. Okay. So I actually am not saying this at all. I'm saying she is known for something
Producer?
else in a different project or projects. The question is what?
Yeah, I'm gonna say she's an artist and she I don't know, helped with Chow in Sonic Adventure or something like that.
Okay. Final answer.
I thought you were gonna ask. There's actually someone credited in Triple Trouble that's called H. Kojima, like Hideo Kojima.
Oh, okay. Yes. That would be a good question. But
I always thought that was funny. I'm
that's
like,
true.
what?
Yes.
Hideo Kojima in this game. It's just an initial, but yeah, and a very common surname, so could be anyone. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna say they're an artist, and did something related to Chow.
Okay. So the answer is locked in. Saori Kobayashi is known for working in the Panzer Dragoon series. Okay.
Have not played it.
Saga and Orta. Panzer Dragoon Saga and Panzer Dragoon Orta, the two last games in the series. Is she an artist, though? If she's an artist, I'll give you the 2 points.
Yes, I'm not changing it now, man. She's an
No,
artist.
I know it's too late.
That's tough.
She is a composer.
Yeah. You know who
first
else?
Thing you said is no, she's not a musician. So let's.
What did she do on Triple Trouble then?
I don't know.
Maybe sound effects.
staff. Maybe,
Ah.
maybe she did sound effects for which one is it? Is it Chaos? I think so. Or Sonic Drift or something. I saw
Okay,
that.
so she probably did sound
So
effects then.
probably
Because a lot
but
of-
she's not exactly credited.
A lot of Sega
Specifically
people
for
will
that.
do sound effects and music. They're just audio general
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing. But you know who else is a composer on one of the Panzer Dragoon games?
Who?
Yayoi Fujimori, who was the
Oh.
composer for Triple Trouble.
Okay.
I know because I listened to her stuff, the songs that she did for Panzer Dragoon during my research, because her
Get the
style,
feel.
her style is unlike any of the other Sonic games,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it's really limiting to compose for a 8-bit sound chip, right? So I wanted to hear
True.
what her stuff sounded like that was more, real instruments, if you will, sort of stuff,
Mhm.
and what that sounded like. So I listened to all her Panzer Dragoon stuff.
Okay. Excellent. I didn't know that. So
Cool.
that's nice.
Ha!
Maybe
I take away a point from you for not knowing.
You get an extra half point. Okay. The missing half point. Okay. So, Noah, all in all, 2, so 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 12 and a half points, which is a very, and I mean very respectable score for this game. Not many people get that good of a score. So well done. And you get the official Sega Lounge seal of approval, which I will send to you. It's a real
Yay.
thing, and I will send to you.
I should have
Well
stuck
done.
all Sonic, though. Could have gone for 14.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for being such a good sport and playing the game. So before we go, we're almost. I'm gonna let you go because I know it's very hot. I know
Before I melt.
Yeah, before you melt. But we already mentioned a few of the things that people can expect from 16-bit or Triple Trouble 16-bit. What are your plans for the future, Noah? Anything you can share or are working on, have planned out? Are you still just learning more?
Yes. So we're still, as we mentioned earlier, doing Turkish, more language patches for Triple Trouble and just some bug fixes. But all the content's done on that. But what I am working on currently in pre-production and prototyping right now is no Copeland original. No more fan game, just my own character, my own franchise.
Excellent.
I'm very excited to reveal about it, but I can't yet until the time is proper. But what I can tell you now is that it's sort of I would describe it as a cross between Sonic and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So imagine, high speed rolling around, but also your team of, crime fighting animals, if you will. So more combat as well.
Okay. Excellent. That's an interesting premise.
I'm trying to be as
Looking
90s
forward to
as
that.
possible as you can.
Yeah. For sure. And so people, if they want to learn more about that future project, the best way is to follow you on Twitter, perhaps?
I would say, for now, follow me on Twitter. If a better place to find out comes up, I will post it on Twitter. So start there.
Okay. Excellent. So we'll share that link, obviously, in the show notes, and people can follow you there. Noah, we have one last question, which is the same one for every guest. You mentioned the SNES having Mode 7.
Okay.
But the Genesis had blast processing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So my question to all my guests is, if you could add blast processing to anything in the world, what would it be and why?
It would be traffic after work, so I could get home way quicker. Blast process me right home.
Okay, I agree. Yeah. That blast processing to your commute. I think that's a winning concept. Okay, probably the fastest, the quickest answer we had. Ever to this question.
Blast process of that question.
Exactly.
Yeah, the toll lane tries, but it can't be quick enough. I need some blast process.
Yeah. Okay, good answer. No, anything else you'd like to add to people listening in? Fans or not yet fans, but fans to be?
I just want to say thank you so much, absolutely from the bottom of my heart, of everyone that has played Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit, that has reached out to me and the people that worked on it and told us that you think we did a good job and that you like the game and that it's really good. That means the world to me, as I worked, kind of in isolation on that thing for 5 years. So just to get people tell me that it's great, it's awesome, it's the best thing since Sonic 3 and all this type of stuff is mind blowing to me. And so thank you so much. And if you haven't played it, please check it out.
Great words. I absolutely love it. Yeah. What I did was when I updated to the latest version, I deleted everything and started over because I had completed the game already. But I said, no, let's play this from the start. Let's do it again. And I love it on my Steam Deck, as I shared before.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. To play on the go. Yeah. Great screen. Yeah.
It's basically a big Game Gear.
Exactly. Yeah, about the same kind of battery level, capacity. So yeah. Okay, Noah, thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you for enduring the heat of
of the Sega Lounge challenge.
Of this, exactly. Yes. And all the best for Triple Trouble and your future projects. And please be sure to come back when you have more news on that new project. We'd love to have you.
Oh, I'd love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. A huge thank you to Noah for talking to me even in very hot temperatures, both weather and challenge related. Be sure to check out the link in the show notes and download Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit if you haven't yet. It's worth to note that you should also update the game to its latest version if you already have it in order to get all the amazing features added recently. I'd also like to thank João Pardal for his suggestion. And remember, if you have a specific guest you'd like to see coming on the Sega Lounge, let me know via our social accounts or email podcast@thesegalounge.com. With that in mind, it's time to say goodbye and remind you that the doors of the lounge will reopen next week. Until then, take care, enjoy playing through Sonic Origins Plus, the recent update to Sonic Frontiers, or Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. The Sega Lounge, hosted by me, KC, and part of Radio Sega's network of live shows and podcasts. Theme song and incidental music by OSC. Find them at opussciencecollective.bandcamp.com. Got any suggestions? Drop me an email to podcast@thesegalounge.com. Find us at The Sega Lounge on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find previous episodes of the show by going to thesegalounge.com and wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. A Mixed On Productions podcast.